Hello everyone, this is Spencer Kalar. Also, I go by Andrew Kalar on my YouTube page. If you don't mind, would you subscribe to my videos, especially if you're interested in VIPKID or you want to learn more information about VIPKID. I feel like it will. I feel like watching these videos will probably help you, and not just me, but a lot of other people. Got some good stuff on YouTube as well. But today, what I mainly want to talk about are the pros and the cons of VIPKID. I'm going to try to be objective as possible because, I am a VIPKID teacher, so, obviously I'm trying to get people to join because, teachers get paid more when we refer people. But I'm going to be objective as possible. So let's start with the pros. If you want to work from home, VIPKID, that's a great opportunity to work from home. I spent last 3 or 4 years of my life working 40 plus hours a week at Walmart. And I'm now making that with VIPKID working from home. So I get to spend more time with my kids. I get to see my kids more. So in my opinion, it's great for a family life. Number 2, you get to set your own hours, which I love. So, you'll be considered an independent contractor when you work with VIPKID. So you don't have a boss telling you, okay, you got to be at work at 5 o'clock in the morning and you don't get to clock out till 2. If you only want to work 2-3 hours in the morning and be done by 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, that's all you have to do. So you get to set your own hours. And I know for me that was a huge blessing for me and my family. And also the fact I was able to pretty much make the same what I was making at Walmart, working half the time with VIP, actually making more money with VIPKID, working half the time. So you get to work from home, you get to set your own hours. Another thing you get to do, in my opinion, the pay is very, very good. Your base pay is anywhere from $14 to $16 an hour. Excuse me, $14 to $22 an hour. They started me out at $16 an hour, and when you get hired, they take in consideration your education level. They also take in consideration if you've had experience working with kids already. You have to have a minimum of a bachelor's degree. So I had a bachelor's degree, and I also had roughly about 3 years experience substitute teaching. So my base pay was $16 an hour. But in reality, I'm making closer to $20 an hour because there's incentives. If you just show up to class on time, so say your class starts at 7 a.m., you're on the computer, you hit start class by 7 a.m., you get an extra $1 right then for that 30-minute session. And then you get an extra $1 again if you do another 30-minute session. So there's $18 an hour. If you teach more than 30 classes, you get an additional 50 cents every class. If you teach more than 45 classes, you get an additional $1. So I was making $10 a class period, and then they're 30-minute sessions, so 10 times 2, I'm making $20 an hour, and I mean, I think that's awesome. There's also lots of room for development. When you get on the app, you get on their website, you can go through their library, and they have workshops upon workshops where you can learn about total physical response, you can learn about modeling, you can learn about how to incorporate different activities and fun things in the classroom. I mean, literally thousands of videos that you can watch, and you can. They even have like mentor classes where you can meet up with a coach. So they really train you and they prepare you for your job. I've worked for companies where you're kind of just thrown into a situation and it's like figure it out for yourself. VIPKID is not that way at all. The certification demo class, they put you through so much rigorous training that you are fully prepared to teach a VIPKID class when you get done with the training. So you get lots of training, lots of support. Anytime I've ever had an issue with something, they respond very quickly, usually within 24 hours. and they're also very good about listening to feedback. I worked for a company where it was pretty much, hey, you're the employee, we're the boss. You do what we say, you do what we tell you. And I never really felt like I was part of the team there, because I feel like I had some good ideas, and and that's one thing I love about VIPKID is I really feel like they listen to you, because they'll ask you, hey, what do you think about our slides? What do you think about the PowerPoint? What do you think? What do you think about, they'll even have like surveys about, hey, what do you think about the surveys we're doing? So they really ask you, they want your opinion, they want your feedback to make the company better. So those are the pros of working with VIPKID. Now allow me to be objective. Okay, these are some of the cons. And I got a list right here, and I tried to list as many of the pros and cons as I could. For cons, there are no benefits. There's no health care package. There's no vacation paid time off. There's no sick time, sick leave. There's no 401k plan. So it's not something that I would recommend you really making like your main job, because there's not really any security on the benefit side of things. They don't provide life insurance, none of that. There's no benefits whatsoever. Me personally, I'm not really concerned about that, because my day job is I'm a public school teacher, so my pay and my benefits are covered by that. My main thing that I do the VIPKID is I try to work as much as I can during the summertime for extra income, and I also during the school year, my goal is to make about $600 a month, and that's just to cover my student loan payment. Like I said, if I can make that, then I'm happy. But if it's something that you're looking for benefits, this is a great side gig, side job, and you can make decent money with it. But it's not something that I would make something full time out of it. And like I said, you make good money, and maybe you don't need the benefits, because you can make $2,000, $2,500 easy a month. So you can make a decent living. Another thing that is a little rough, if you're not a morning person, if you don't like getting up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, might not be a good job for you, because it is Beijing time. So when it's 5 o'clock in the morning, American, I'm Central Time. When it's 5 o'clock in the morning for my time zone, it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon when they're done with school, when they're out of school. Same thing on the weekends. 3 o'clock in the morning our time, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon over there. So you have to be, in order to get that kind of money, get the the $2,000, $2,500, you have to be flexible. Now I have managed to work. I usually set my hours from 5 to 9, 5 in the morning to 9 in the morning, Monday through Friday. And then usually on Friday nights, I might have I open up some bookings for 10, 10:30, 11, 9, 9:30. And I usually don't work past midnight, because I do want to get a little bit of sleep. And then I'll get up at 4:30, 5 in the morning, and then teach in the morning, and then do the same thing that Saturday night. So it is Beijing time. One of the things that I don't like personally sometimes is the sessions are only 30 minutes long. And the reason why I say that is most of the kids are going to be able, they can finish a lesson in 25 minutes. But some of the kids that I've taught need every bit of 30 minutes. And then even then, sometimes 30 minutes is not enough. Because I've had several kids where I wasn't even able to finish the lesson because either material is too advanced for them, they read too slowly, they really struggle with the math, or something like that. So one thing that I would like to see from VIPKID, I wish there was more of there was more time to take into consideration those kids, which which brings me to another point. There are things on VIPKid where, if they struggle with grammar or they struggle with pronunciation, they can take specialized classes just for that. But even in my opinion, some of those classes, they pack a lesson in there where you teach 25, 26 slides in 30 minutes, and you're having to spend a minute and a half on each slide. So sometimes that is a challenge. You have to get used to that fast pace. They don't want you to spend 15 minutes going over just a couple of things, because you're never going to be able to get a lesson done if you do that. So in my opinion, that's a con to me. Another thing is you have to build your reputation to get your bookings. And I remember being a substitute teacher when I first started subbing. I hardly got any phone calls, but once I started, I would sub for this teacher, sub for that teacher, and I started getting my name out there. I started getting a lot more requests to be as a substitute teacher. So it's very similar. You have to really market yourself. You have to put yourself out. You have to put yourself out there. So it's not just, hey, I'm available, so that means I should get all these bookings. No, you have to. And that first week or two, I'm gonna be honest, is gonna be a little slow. I wouldn't expect to make more than maybe $100 that first week, if that. My first paycheck was like $68 that first month I taught, because I just wasn't established yet. And also, I started in February, which is also considered the Chinese New Year, and they're not in school as much. They're not really, it's more of kind of like their summer vacation in China. But those are the pros and the cons of working for VIPKid. I hope this video helps you today. If you would, subscribe to my page. Here's my referral code. I would love to be a mentor, teacher, or a coach that can help you along your journey. And stay tuned for some more videos. My next video, I'm going to include a demo lesson of a level 2 certification, so you can kind of see what a demo video looks like. Alright, well, thank you guys, and you have a good day.